Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Mobius1.
And this is Hackery, developer for the SWGEmu Project.
On behalf of the SWGEmu staff, I just want to first start off by thanking the wonderful SWG community that has supported the project since the beginning and has stuck with the team as it has grown and changed over the many years. Without those that have donated their time, money, and abilities to help push the project forward, we would have never made it where we are today. The journey for the Star Wars Galaxies Emulator project has been a long one, with many memorable moments along the way. This video is the first episode in a 3-part series. This first episode will cover the history around the origin of SWGEmu, the founders, and staff. The second episode will be a deep dive into the development of the Star Wars Galaxies pre-CU server emulation software and all the complexities that were overcome along the way. Finally, in Episode 3, we'll look at what's next for the project and the exciting times that lie ahead. So before we get to the juicy details, we first will be taking a look at the history of SWGEmu and all those that played dedicated roles in keeping the dream alive and moving ever forward.
The Star Wars Galaxies emulator, or more commonly known as SWGEmu or SWGEmu, is an open-source development project aimed at emulating the Star Wars Galaxies MMORPG experience in its pre-combat upgrade state at Publish 14.1. The project first started development in December of 2004 with the intention to research and document the network protocol used between the SWG client and the SOE live servers, in the hopes that they could develop a server daemon from the ground up. This project would be coded completely by members of the team, community contributors, and with nothing but volunteer time and community donations funding it. The mission statement of the SWGEmu project: to develop and maintain a community code repository of an unmodified version of the Star Wars Galaxies servers, circa SOE Publish 14.1. This repository will be open source and accessible for use by anyone who is interested in hosting a server.
Interest in development accelerated when Sony Online Entertainment and LucasArts announced there was going to be a combat upgrade, or CU. The project opened to much fanfare and even got some mainstream press on places like Slashdot thanks to the original founders Oru, The Answer, Ramsey, and Ultima. XenoZephyr, with help from the EverQuest emulator, figured out a lot of the initial packet reversal work and was actually the first to zone into the game world. The first render of a server happened between TA and his friends on a LAN. Xeno later left the team and started SWGEmu Project alongside Snow. Zavia was a later addition to the founders. She was dedicated to the project and had an outstanding character, but unfortunately a tragic incident in real life took her away from the project. She was the SWGEmu's first addition to the memorial found on Naboo.
The original official SWGEmu entity was set up by Oru and The Answer, which then later transitioned over to the hands of the current officers for ease of management. Through many changes in staff over the years, as expected with any volunteer project of this magnitude, the SWGEmu team has kept the 14.1 goalpost as the milestone they were reaching for, even when times were tough. Their ability to stay vigilant to the task at hand, as well as provide support for the community, has really shown here in the final stretch. I would like to now take the time to recognize the current members of the SWGEmu team. Lord Kator, Administrator, Developer, and DevOps. Myself, Hackery, Administrator and Developer. Mizta, Developer. LeSholt, Developer. Phoenix, Developer, who is recently retired. Smokey, Developer. Sintner, Client Development. Forelli, Administrator, Quality Assurance and Intern Developer. Skirby, Administrator and Quality Assurance Lead, who is also recently retired. Adasso, Quality Assurance. Fastburn, Quality Assurance and Event Coordinator. Niffer, Administrator and Support Lead. Jaws, Support and Moderator. Pidgery, Support, Moderator, and Public Information. Lolander, Administrator, Lead Moderator, and Public Information. Matassa, Event Coordinator. Aljabakina, Intern Event Coordinator.
The staff would also like to pay tribute to those many community members who stepped up as a role-on staff in order to help get the project where it is today. For the most part, the current state of the game feels very much like Live did in the spring of 2005, and it's due to the contributions of staff, both present and past. But we can't thank the players enough, too, from contributing time as well as personal resources. They are the support that has kept the project alive.
We hope you have enjoyed this brief retrospective about why SWGEmu came to be and who started it. Our second episode should have a broader appeal, as we will take a look at the development stages that got us to where we are today. In our third and final episode, we will jump to light speed and look at the next steps for what comes after the project.